Have you ever dreamed of having a garden teeming with birds, bees, and butterflies? Welcome to the mesmerizing world of wildlife-friendly gardening. This isn't just about cultivating a lush, beautiful garden. It's about creating a vibrant sanctuary, a haven for biodiversity right in your backyard. Picture this. Dawn breaks, and your garden is alive with the melodic chirping of birds. Bees, those tireless workers, hum busily from flower to flower, while butterflies, nature's flying artwork, add a splash of color to your green oasis. This is the dream, and guess what? You have the power to turn it into a reality. Wildlife-friendly gardening is all about fostering an environment where local flora and fauna can thrive. It's about embracing diversity and creating a space that supports and nurtures the natural ecosystem. It's about contributing positively to local biodiversity, and in turn, making our planet a little greener, a little healthier. The cornerstone of a wildlife-friendly garden is native plants. These plants evolved in your region, and they're perfectly adapted to local conditions. They're not only robust and easy to grow, but they also provide an excellent food source and habitat for local wildlife species. But it's not just about the plants. Wildlife-friendly gardening is about creating diverse habitats. It's about incorporating different layers in your garden, from towering trees to low-lying ground covers. It's about leaving some areas of your garden undisturbed, providing safe nesting sites and refuge for wildlife. And let's not forget about sustainable practices. Organic gardening methods, avoiding chemical pesticides and fertilizers, composting and mulching, all play a crucial role in enriching the soil and creating a healthy ecosystem for both plants and wildlife. Creating a wildlife-friendly garden is not only a rewarding hobby, but also a meaningful way to contribute to the environment. Remember, every garden counts. So let's roll up our sleeves, grab our gardening gloves, and embark on this exciting journey together. Let's create gardens that are not just beautiful, but also buzzing with life. Let's welcome nature's wonders into our lives. Let's make every garden a wildlife-friendly garden. You might wonder, what are the best plants to attract birds, bees, and butterflies to my garden? Well, the answer lies in your local environment. Native plants, those that naturally occur in your region, are your secret weapon. They've co-evolved with local wildlife, making them the perfect choice to support a diverse community of creatures. Let's start with the hard workers of the ecosystem, the bees. They have a soft spot for plants with open or flat flowers that make it easy for them to access nectar. Consider adding asters, sunflowers, or lavender to your garden. These plants are like a bee buffet, offering plenty of food for these buzzing pollinators. For our feathered friends, the birds, native shrubs and trees that produce berries or seeds are a big hit. Species like serviceberry, elderberry, and dogwood serve a dual purpose. They offer food for birds while adding a splash of color to your garden. Then we have the butterflies, nature's flying artwork. These beautiful creatures are attracted to bright, fragrant flowers. Plants like milkweed, coneflowers, and butterfly bushes are butterfly magnets. Now, diversity is key in a wildlife-friendly garden. A variety of plants means a variety of food sources, attracting a range of species. Plus, different plants bloom and bear fruit at different times of the year, providing a constant supply of food. But it's not only about food. Many of these plants also offer shelter, providing safe places for wildlife to nest and take refuge. Think of your garden as a mini ecosystem, each plant playing a vital role in supporting different species. So when you're planning your garden, think about adding a mix of native trees, shrubs, and flowers. Not only will you be creating a wildlife haven, but you'll also be adding a beautiful array of colors and textures to your outdoor space. Choosing the right plants is the first step to creating a vibrant, wildlife-friendly garden. So start exploring your local nursery or garden center today. Let your garden become a sanctuary for local wildlife, a place of beauty and biodiversity. It all starts with the right plants. Did you know that a diverse habitat is the key to attracting a wide range of wildlife to your garden? Now let's delve into the art of creating habitat diversity in your garden, a crucial step in establishing a wildlife-friendly outdoor space. Firstly, consider your garden as a mini ecosystem composed of different layers. Each layer, from the towering trees to the humble ground covers, plays a vital role in supporting various forms of wildlife. The tallest trees form the canopy, providing shelter for birds and serving as a buffet for caterpillars. shrubs and smaller trees make up the understory, offering food and habitat for a wide range of creatures. Ground covers, grasses, and herbaceous plants create the undergrowth, a bustling hub of activity that supports insects, small mammals, and ground-feeding birds. Now imagine these layers as a bustling metropolis, each level teeming with life and activity. The key to a thriving garden ecosystem is to incorporate a variety of plant species across these layers. This not only offers a smorgasbord of food options for wildlife, but also ensures year-round shelter. Next, let's touch on the importance of leaving some areas of your garden undisturbed. It might be tempting to maintain every inch of your garden meticulously, but a little wildness can go a long way in supporting wildlife. A pile of logs or leaves can make a perfect home for beetles, worms, and other beneficial creatures. A patch of long grass offers refuge for small mammals and insects. Even a small, untouched corner can become a sanctuary for wildlife, offering nesting sites and protection from predators. Creating habitat diversity is not about having a large garden. Even a small balcony or a patio can be transformed into a wildlife haven with a little creativity and planning. It's about understanding and mimicking nature's ways, creating a patchwork of habitats that cater to a variety of wildlife needs. By creating habitat diversity, you're setting the stage for a lively and dynamic garden teeming with wildlife. So, whether you're a seasoned gardener or a green-thumbed newbie, remember, diversity is the spice of life, and in gardening, it's the lifeline for a thriving ecosystem. Let's continue to cultivate our gardens, not just for our enjoyment, but also as a sanctuary for our winged, crawling, and hopping friends. How can we ensure that our garden provides ample food and water for our feathered and winged visitors? Well, it's simpler than you might think, and it starts with a few key elements. Firstly, bird feeders. These come in all shapes and sizes, and the type you choose can attract different species of birds. Tube feeders are great for small birds like finches and sparrows, while platform feeders might attract larger species like doves and jays. Remember to fill them with suitable birdseed or nuts and hang them in a quiet, sheltered spot. Next, let's talk about flowers. But not just any flowers. We're looking for those that are particularly attractive to bees and butterflies. For bees, consider planting species like lavender, foxgloves, and sunflowers. These provide nectar and pollen, essential food sources for these industrious insects. For butterflies, we need to think about both adult butterflies and caterpillars. Adults feed on nectar, so consider planting butterfly-friendly flowers like buddleia, also known as the butterfly bush and verbena. Caterpillars, on the other hand, require host plants to feed on. Species like milkweed and nettles are great choices. Now, moving on to water sources. Bird baths are a classic choice, providing a place for birds to drink and bathe. But butterflies also need water, though they prefer it mixed with a bit of soil or sand. This is known as a puddling station, where butterflies gather to sip on mineral-rich water. You can easily create one by filling a shallow dish with a mix of sand and water and placing it in a sunny spot. Maintaining these water features is just as important as installing them. Make sure to clean them regularly to prevent the growth of algae or the spread of diseases. Refill them with fresh water, especially during dry spells. Remember, a well-fed and hydrated garden is a thriving garden. So make sure to keep those feeders filled and water features clean. What can we do to make our garden not only wildlife-friendly, but also eco-friendly? It's a question that underscores the importance of sustainable gardening, and the answer lies in embracing practices that are gentle on the earth and beneficial to the wildlife that calls your garden home. Let's start with organic gardening methods. By avoiding chemical pesticides and fertilizers, you're creating a safe haven for birds, bees, and butterflies, as well as for the countless microorganisms that contribute to a healthy soil ecosystem. Remember, every creature, no matter how small, plays a crucial role in your garden's biodiversity. Instead of reaching for a bottle of chemical pesticide when you spot a pesky bug, consider using natural pest control methods. These can range from introducing beneficial insects that prey on pests to planting species that deter harmful bugs. And if you're dealing with a slug problem, a ring of crushed eggshells around your plants can be a surprisingly effective deterrent. Next, let's talk about composting. It's a fantastic way to recycle kitchen scraps and garden waste into nutrient-rich food for your plants. And it's easier than you might think. Simply set aside a small area of your garden for a compost pile, and before you know it, you'll have a steady supply of black gold to nourish your plants and improve your soil structure. Mulching is another eco-friendly practice that serves multiple purposes. It helps retain soil moisture, suppress weeds, and as it breaks down, it enriches the soil with organic matter. So, instead of bagging up your autumn leaves and sending them off to the landfill, why not use them to make leaf mold, an excellent mulch for your garden? By adopting eco-friendly practices, you're not only nurturing your garden, but also contributing to a healthier planet. It's a win-win situation, where your actions directly benefit the wildlife in your garden and indirectly support the broader ecosystem. So let's make a pledge to garden with nature, not against it, and witness the transformation not only in our backyards but also in the world around us.